So today I'm going to be talking about the management positions that an OT can possess. So the first one is administration, and these individuals are typically the president or CEO of the company. They do things like setting the mission statement or the vision statement. They set expectations for each individual department. They develop short-term and long-term goals for each individual department as well. They do strategic planning and they also do financial planning. And basically, these individuals oversee the entire company as a whole, and they are at the top of the food chain, basically. The next position is a manager. And as a manager, they establish specific department goals or objectives. They ensure competency of their employees. They do things like mentor and coach supervisors, which is the step below that. And they also do program development. In this position as a manager, they're also definitely collaborating with their department employees to make their department as strong as they can as a whole, and that will project to a greater vision for the overall company. The next position is a supervisor, and as a formal supervisor, these individuals typically oversee the work of another. They definitely have to be well equipped and aware of the scope of practice in which they are observing. So they have to be kind of an expert in the people that they are observing because they're almost responsible for them in a way. So they definitely need to be familiar with their work, and they have to be able to direct and control functions. If the person that they are supervising is having issues, they have to step in and assume that role. As opposed to an informal supervisor. So an informal supervisor is when they don't have any authority to formally supervise, but they're almost there as a peer supervisor, so they can share their knowledge and skill set with the one that they are supervising. And that often can improve client outcomes. So as a whole, that's a really client-centered approach to a company. Is definitely informal supervising. And that often takes off the pressure, too, of the one that's being supervised because it's more of a friendship-based management role, I guess you would say. But it also is, it's informal, but not formal at the same time, if that makes sense. But I kind of think it takes off the pressure of the one that's being supervised because it's more of a peer supervision. So I feel like you're more likely to maybe open up and share certain things that you wouldn't with someone that's formally supervising you. And then the last position is a leader. So a leader helps to create structural change. They build relationships between employees, and they communicate their sense of direction. They encourage and motivate others, and they just want to achieve the highest possible tier they can within the company. So in reflecting back at all these management positions, I definitely think that I would be a good fit for an informal supervisor. As I said, I think this takes the pressure off the person that's being supervised, and I think it would be really great as a mentor, or almost like, as it's officially called, I guess, an informal supervisor, to share my knowledge and skill set with the one that I'm supervising. And on the other hand as well, when I do go out into the field, I would like to have an informal supervisor because I just think that the amount of knowledge and skills that you would gain from this person are invaluable, and you can kind of build off each other and build a really good rapport. And that ultimately is really great for client-centered practice, and it is really important too for just client outcomes as a whole and as a company. So I think I would be a good fit for that role in management.